From Anshe Sfar Beth El Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Chayay, wedding blessings for whom? The family of Rivka gives her a bracha, blessing, and they say to her, Vayivarechu et Rivka. It says that they gave her a blessed Rivka. Vayomula, and they said to her, Achotenu, our sister, At hayi, may you be, la'alfei reva, may you be for thousands of 10,000s. You should be the mother of millions. Vayirash tarich et shar sonav. And may your children inherit the gates of their enemies. The notion that they gave a blessing, what is this talking about? Is it that they gave her a blessing, and they also said, you should be very fruitful and multiply? Or the blessing that they gave was to be fruitful and multiply? So this leads to a question, what kind of bracha was being said? The Pirkei de Rebbe Eliezer, one of the late Midrashic collections, says Eliezer was a messenger for the marriage. And this is the blessing of marriage and Nisuin. There's a separate blessing here, the blessing for marriage. It's like the Sheva Brachos. The Moshav Zakanim, the Balei Tosfos, Rashi's grandchildren and students, they said Eliezer was just a messenger to bring Rivka. Eliezer wasn't there to give the money for the marriage itself, the gift. Eliezer just was a messenger to bring Rivka, not to perform marriage. The Chizkuni, another French commentator, says he was a messenger both for Kiddushin, the first stage of marriage, the betrothal, and Nisuin, the marriage itself. The problem is, if these are the blessings for the wedding, can a messenger make the blessings for the wedding? That's a question. So let's take a look at the blessings for wedding that we make today, and let's see whose blessings are they. So first we have the Birchas Erusin, the bracha before you give the ring. And it's a very strange bracha because it starts like all other brachos for a lulav or a shofar. It says, Asher kishanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu, that God sanctifies in His commandments, He commanded us. But here it's commanded us about licentious marital relations. So, in other words, He commanded us not to marry a married woman. He permitted us to marry those who were married to us through chuppah and kiddushin, through chuppah, the canopy, and the kiddushin, the betrothal. And we thank God, we bless God who sanctifies Israel through this chuppah and through the kiddushin. So you say, what is this? It sounds a little bit like a bracha for a tzitzis or a lulav or shofar. On the other hand, it sounds different. So what is it? So the Rambam says you have to make a bracha. If you get married, you have to make a bracha before the betrothal, before the ring. Either you or your messenger can make it too. Strange. Just like you make on all mitzvahs. Why a messenger? How can a messenger make a bracha for me? He's going to build my sukkah. He's going to make a bracha. I don't know. But it says it's just like all mitzvahs. This bracha is no different from any other bracha for mitzvos. It's the same thing. Some people want to interpret otherwise, but it seems that the Rambam says that this is a bracha like all other brachas for mitzvahs, even though it's a negative mitzvah. Maybe it's on the mitzvah of kiddushin, a mitzvah of getting married, a mitzvah of having children. And maybe that's enough of a bracha. However, the Ritva says no. It's ein elkein kiddush. It's like some kind of sanctification. It's more similar to kiddush on Friday night than it is to a bracha over a lulav or a shofar. And what? That God sanctified us in the matter of marriage or having children more than any other nation. He gave us the idea of betrothal and chuppah that other nations don't have. So then we can ask the question, why does the rabbi at the wedding make the bracha? After all, the groom is getting married, the bride, not the rabbi. So why does the rabbi make the bracha? Now, according to the Rambam, it's strange. If you're doing a mitzvah, why would someone else make a bracha? But according to the Ritva, that you're just thanking God for this institution of marriage, then everyone there can make this bracha. As a matter of fact, Rav Hershel Schachter, one of my rebbeim at Yeshiva University, says that he thinks that the bracha is incumbent upon every person who attends this wedding, and therefore everyone should listen. They shouldn't be talking and playing on their phone when the bracha is made, and therefore the rabbi can make it, anybody can make it. It's customary for the rabbi, the person who's organizing it and who knows what's going on, make sure that the wedding is kosher. But really, it's a bracha for anyone, it's not just for the groom. It's not a bracha for the mitzvah. Then maybe the groom should make it. Some say that the Masari Kiddushin, the one who makes the bracha, should have in mind he's making the bracha for the groom. That's if it's a bracha for a mitzvah. Now let's take a look at the brachas for the Sheva brachas. But first let's ask, so this bracha was made, when the bracha was given to Rivka, they blessed her. So is the bracha of marriage, of the betrothal, of the Kiddushin, is that a bracha for blessing the groom or the bride? Not really. The first bracha for the Kiddushin is really a bracha for the institution of marriage. Let's look now at the Sheva brachos, the 7 blessings. There are brachos that are more general, that God made everything, the whole wedding, the great honor and rigmarole of the wedding, it's all for God's glory. It reminds us of when God made Adam, and the notion that he made Eve, but then it turns to Zion, that we hope that this should be a time when God helps not only the bride and groom, but also Zion should be rebuilt. It brings us hope for the future. But then there is a bracha, which is not for those gathered there. The bracha is for the bride and groom. Sameach samach re'imim. God, please make these beloved friends who are friends of each other, make them happy. Just like you made Adam and Eve happy in the Garden of Eden. And we bless God who makes the bride and groom happy. And then we said, the one who creates love and kindness and joy, we bless him. And may he soon bring the voice of joy to Jerusalem. And we bless God who helps the bride and groom rejoice. But what's the point of this? So the Rashi says there in Ksubos 8a, this is a bracha for the bride and groom. Or as he puts it, that it's a prayer that the bride and groom should be happy. So when Rivka was blessed by her family, they blessed Rivka. And when we go to a wedding, we also bless the bride and groom. We make a prayer that they should be happy. You know, when you go to perform various mitzvos of kindness, such as when you visit the sick, they say, you're not really visiting the sick if you don't pray for them when you go. There's a mitzvah to menachem avelim. You should know from it, but if someone loses a loved one, you go to comfort the mourner. They say you should say some words of comfort, a prayer that they should be consoled. When you go to visit the bride and groom, you also need to make a bracha as well. A bracha, a prayer, that indeed the bride and groom should be simcha, they should be in joy, kol yimehem, all the days of their lives. Thank you for joining us here at the Andrew Sigel Bethel Emet Congregation for a discussion of meaning of the wedding blessings. Join us each week for a discussion of the Parsha, the various holidays, and how-to videos. And thanks to Jason Lefkowitz, our producer. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein. To learn more, visit asb.org.